Hello, my friend. I am so excited to dive into this week's podcast episode for you on this week's astrology. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a bit of a chaotic week, I'm sorry to say. However, it's going to give us some really juicy insights. So, in this week's episode, I'll be diving deep into this full moon in Gemini chart for you, since we'll be feeling this full moon in Gemini for this upcoming week. I will then share 3 things I wish I knew 3 years ago before starting my astrology practice. I kind of wish I knew this 10 years ago because I've been in business for myself for the last 10 years, but I digress. I will then end off this podcast episode with a tarot reading of what energy to embrace, what energy to let go of. So let's just dive right into it. So starting off with this full moon in Gemini chart. Now we're going to be feeling this full moon energy all of this week. What's really important to note is this full moon in Gemini is happening on December 15th at 23 degrees of Gemini. Mercury stations direct that very same day. However, in the full moon in Gemini chart, it is still retrograde. I see this as we're kind of in a standstill of understanding a situation. It could feel as though we're gaining clarity around a particular relationship, as well as themes around publishing, travel, higher education, spirituality, yet also our passion, our desire, our motivation with Mercury being in Sagittarius. Now, it is really interesting. I do want to mention that Mars is also retrograde. So this next week is going to feel more intense. It's going to feel more retrograde-y. It's going to feel a bit more wonky. You might get more technical issues. You might get more delays. You might get more frustrated. You could feel as though you're pushing and pushing and pushing and nothing is happening. And as I say this, I am feeling this already as a Leo sun because Mars is retrograde in the sign of Leo. However, Mars is in a trine to Mercury in Sagittarius. So we are really rethinking how we take action and how we pursue, especially when it comes to our relationships and our work life. So I say this because Mars is the planet of action, aggression, anger, frustration. It is how we react to situations. It's how we work. Yet it's also how we pursue in relationships. It's how we pursue in our dating life. So it's very interesting to see this because this is going to be really helpful. Even though it can be annoying, even though it can be frustrating, I want to remind you that retrogrades can really help us reflect and grow because we need time to recalibrate. We need time to assess what is working for us and what we need to let go of. Now, what's really interesting is because this full moon is in Gemini, we're gaining clarity around our communication, around our partnerships, around our curiosity, around what we feel we need to let go of. Full moons are endings and closures. So there's something here where you could gain information of what you need to let go of in your life. You might have to cut contact with a particular person. I do want to mention that. Not for everyone. However, I kind of see this as us letting go of maybe a friendship that we're not close to anymore, or perhaps we are in a place of moving away in a different direction and growing in a different direction from a particular person. There is some tension here with Jupiter in Gemini squared to Saturn in Pisces. So we've been feeling this square throughout 2024 at different points. This is us really trying to grow our systems and structures and boundaries, yet we don't have the capacity, especially when it comes to partnerships. Maybe you're just feeling like, wow, I have so many people to talk to and I can't contact everyone, or I have so much to do. I feel so scattered. I feel so overwhelmed. Saturn wants us to let go and set boundaries and really prioritize what's best for you long term. What spiritual connections are best for you long term? Who's aiding in your growth? Especially with this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. I mentioned this before, but this is the retrograde to ask yourself, how are you limiting your growth? Is it through your limiting beliefs? Is it through your mindset? Is it through not feeling your feelings? Is it through avoiding certain things you have to face? Is it through the partnerships you have, the relationships you have, because you are the 5 closest people you hang out with the most? Really, really good to consider. Now, what is really lovely though is Venus in Aquarius is in a sextile to Mercury in Sagittarius for this full moon chart. So we have this lovely energy of community, of new technology, of feeling very supported by people very close to us. We're feeling more supported by the future and goal setting and getting more excited about how can I collaborate with people that really understand me, that allow me to fit in, that let me be my authentic self and let me be seen for who I am. We have this very lovely boost because of this. So lean on your community, lean on your connections, lean on your friends, lean on your support. Now, I will say this is not my favorite full moon. We have Neptune in a square to the Sun in Sagittarius for this full moon. So this is confusing us even more. Not only is Mercury turning direct this day, which will still give us some clarity, yet again, I would not overbook yourself this day. I would give yourself extra time to rest this week. Yet with the Sun in a square to Neptune, this is very foggy. This is confusing us. You could want to really dive deep into spiritual topics, which is really lovely. You could feel as though you're a bit more anxious and overwhelmed. That is more so the dark side of this energy. This is a great energy to make art, to listen to music, to dance, to meditate, to journal, to do very artistic practices. That is going to feel very healing. Any healing modalities, that is going to feel really useful right now. However, this is a tricky energy because I will say that if you're not careful and you're overextending yourself, you could feel burnt out, you could feel exhausted, and it's going to feel easier to get sick. So please, please take your vitamins, do what your doctor really recommends. Please get extra rest, recharge. That's going to feel really, really important to do right now. Now, the moon is also in a sextile to Chiron in Aries. So this is a very healing full moon. You could feel as though you're having more conversations with people that really help you process a lot of past wounds, a past hurt, past pain, especially around your sense of worthiness, especially around how you emotionally take care of yourself and how you feel confident in who you are. This is an energy where you could just be reflecting on what you're still healing from, what you still need to fully process and move forward with, and remind yourself that you're worthy of what you want and desire, but also really focus on self-reflection and discovery, especially with Chiron and Aries. It is us really trying to get back to the roots of who we are, who we authentically are, and brave enough to show up in a way that allows us to be seen. Now, the last thing I want to point out in this full moon in Gemini chart, so Mars in Leo is opposing Venus in Aquarius. So there's some tension here with how you work and take action and how you're seen and how this compares to what you value, especially in terms of community. Maybe you're feeling a bit isolated from your community. Maybe there's some tension with you wanting to express yourself and who you authentically are, and how that might be different than a group of friends, how that might be different than your local community. This is helping us see, okay, how can I turn inwards and look at how I'm acting and how I am portraying my authenticity. Am I wearing a mask to other people? How am I guarded? Am I expressing my anger in healthy ways? That is something that's going to come up throughout this entire Mars retrograde, is making sure you express your anger in healthy ways, making sure you're not keeping it in, but also making sure you're not reacting to people or projecting onto people, because that is very, very important. Please release your anger in healthy ways. Scream into a pillow, write out an angry letter and don't send it. Do things that move your body. That's going to feel really, really healing to do right now. May that be working out, may that be going for a walk, may that be dancing, doing things that move the energy, that allow you to creatively express yourself, can feel really nourishing. And if you're already feeling how things are very intense for you, how there's a lot that's coming up for you, and you want help in understanding how this full moon is impacting your chart specifically, then you can come join me and the Moon Sign Creative community for our full moon in Gemini event. Replays are available. We are going to be doing a healing art ritual to release and let go of stuck energy so that you can call in what you actually want. You can manifest what you actually want. And the beautiful thing about these community events, not only does my community have some of the sweetest, kindest, creative, uplifting, beautiful souls. I'm very lucky I've attracted these people into my community. I am so grateful to call them my friends because it's been astounding to see their growth over the last year. It's been so, so beautiful to witness, and how each of them have really encouraged each other to grow throughout the last year. Yet not only is this community super supportive, super uplifting, and feels like a soul family, yet also we're going to be doing a ritual that is specific to this full moon in Gemini, so that whatever is coming up for you right now, may that be any anxiety, may that be any tension, may that be overwhelm, maybe you're overthinking a lot, especially with this full moon in Gemini, this ritual is going to help ground you. This ritual is going to help you let the past go, because you need to clear space for new energy. That's why full moons are so powerful. They just amplify the energy, they amplify intentions. And we need to release during full moons because it's a lot of energy. It can feel a little bit chaotic. So come join us. It's going to be so much fun. Now, before I get into the topic for this week, I first want to say thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I got my Spotify Wrapped, and I have 12 people, 12 fans who have me as their top rated podcast of 2024. So thank you so much. Honestly, that was probably one of the biggest wins of this week for me. It was so special for myself, and the fact that I did not even have my podcast on Spotify for the first year of me launching this podcast, which is so funny to me. And I only launched it on Spotify just a few months ago. So thank you so much for that. That was honestly so exciting for me to see. It makes me so happy. So thank you. I will say I will be releasing your 2025 horoscopes very soon. I will be launching that for my VIP members. So thank you if you are a VIP member. VIP members only pay about $8 per month for my horoscope, which honestly is such a deal. And I'm so happy a lot of you have enjoyed the Mercury retrograde horoscopes. You can still go listen to those. They're super juicy, super good. If you want to know how this Mercury retrograde is impacting you and how to prepare for this Mars retrograde, very, very important based on your rising sign and your sun sign. Now, going into the topic of this week, I wanted to share 3 things I wish I knew 3 years ago before growing my astrology business. Now, the first thing, this is so key. This is something I told one of my Bold as You mentees when we worked together, and It completely blew her mind and it made so much sense for her. It completely transformed her life because she started to recognize how she wasn't doing these things and how that was affecting her mentally, how that was affecting her energy, how it was affecting her focus. The first thing is 90% of business is your energy and mindset. 90%. I wish I knew this sooner because then I would have prioritized my mindset even more. I would have done more things to really take care of myself when I was younger, especially because I had a business for so many years. But I am in a really good place now with my routine in terms of taking care of my health, in terms of taking care of my physical health, mental health, energetic health, spiritual health. I'm in a really great place with that every single day. Yet the thing with this is you need to get into a good routine to take care of your mindset and energy. And everyone has energetic blocks. Everyone has limiting beliefs they're working through. Everyone has doubt. The thing is, you need to get into the right energetic frequency, but also the right headspace to still take action, even if doubts come up, even if you feel like you can't do something. You need to prioritize letting that go and rewriting the narrative for yourself of knowing, no, I can do this. No, I can step it up. The problem is most people can't see their blind spots for this because they're called blind spots for a reason. We all need mentors. We all need other people there to help us see and shine a light on things that we're missing. And this is why I've constantly invested in mentors over the last 5 years, I would say. Since 2019, I invested in 7 mentors and coaches, 3 astrology mentors specifically, and then 4 coaches. So for myself, I've seen a dramatic difference in how I show up when I promote my work because I know I'm helping people. I know people won't know how I can help them unless I tell them, because how would they know? They can't read my mind, right? And I want you to take that for your offers. If you have a business and you're not promoting it because you're afraid of people thinking you're salesy, you're afraid people might not think you have the experience, you're feeling imposter syndrome, I want to tell you that it's so possible for you. People are so happy to hear your offers. Your dream clients are so happy that you're showing up. Your dream clients are so excited to hear from you. They're so excited for your emails. I will say this week I've sent out so many emails because I'm promoting my Boldest You mentorship. And I wouldn't have posted so much about my Boldest You mentorship in the past because I would be thinking, oh my gosh, I'm annoying people. What if people are upset with me because of this? The thing is, you have to let that go. You have to be okay with repelling certain people. You have to be okay that you're not going to be for everyone. You have to stop people pleasing in your business. This is why prioritizing your mindset and energy is so key. It's really going to help you ground and recenter and refocus. It's going to help you feel more energized if you're working out every day, if you're going for walks every day, if you are meditating every day, if you are journaling every day. These are things that help me. I'm just sharing this. If you are doing EFT tapping to reprogram your subconscious mind, I share a lot of these resources in my Boldest You mentorship. If you are listening to overnight affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind, I have a free video on this on YouTube. You can go listen to it, you can go check it out. That is going to help you rewrite your narrative of what you're telling yourself, what your default thought patterns are. And that is going to completely transform your life. I've been consistently focused on my mindset and energy at least for the last 2 years, and it's been this dramatic difference for myself. I started meditating maybe 5, 6 years ago. This was before the pandemic, and that was super, super helpful for me. I love journaling. I've done journaling for years, and that in itself also has been super beneficial for myself. Yet please find something that works for you and figure out how you are stopping yourself from doing the things in your routine that are going to help your growth the most. That is very important. Moving on to number 2, systems will save you. I talk about Saturn a lot and how Saturn is our systems and structures. Saturn has saved me big time. Okay, so yes, it's a lot of initial work with Saturn energy. You could feel like it can be really hard to set up a system. For example, my courses, my Jupiter course, Maximize Your Magnetism, or my Astrology Foundations course, Shining as Your Authentic Self, I had to create a system for it because it's a lot of upfront work. I spent so many hours. I've spent months on both of those courses. However, now I have this course that if anyone wants to learn astrology, they can find, and they can actually just go through the modules and learn how to read someone's birth chart, learn how to read their birth chart, learn about their family patterns, learn about their relationships, learn about their career, learn how to run their business based on their birth chart. So I have created this, but it's a lot of upfront work. Systems are frustrating sometimes because it's a lot of thinking about what is going to help that person. How are they going to move through the system? And sometimes it's just for ourselves too. For example, for my moon sign creative community, where I host new moon and full moon events, I have the same graphics that I use for new moon and full moon events. Yes, sometimes I change up the image for those new moon and full moon events. Not often. I've been running the moon sign creative community for over 4 years, which is amazing. Yet for myself, it saved me so much time because I'm not going to redesign every single new moon and full moon event because that is a lot of work, that's a lot of energy, that's a lot of focus. And also, I have a brand, right? And a brand in itself, your brand for your business, is actually super, super important because your brand is a system that represents you and your values and your energy and what you stand for, what you do, how you help people. So your brand is a system, and it's really important to get clear on your brand and what you do and how you show up in the world, what people associate with you. This is exactly what I help my Boldest You mentees with in my mentorship program, because I want to help them get very, very clear to have a memorable brand that is different, but also timeless, that they can just have this system to use repeatedly. Yet it's really important to note that your brand is not just your logo, it's not just your colors, it is so much more than that. Yet that consistency, just with your fonts or with the colors of your brand or the images you use or the photos of yourself, because you, if you have a business, are your personal brand. So people seeing you, you are your personal brand. Not every aspect of you, no, but it is very, very important to connect this because people buy from people. And the more you develop your personal brand, that aids in trust. And trust equals helping more people. Trust equals sales, and trust helps us heal more people. It helps us impact more people. So keep this in mind. Systems will save you. Remind yourself of this. Systems will save you. May this be your routine. May this be your technology. May this be your brand. May this be your habits that you do every day. Very, very important to consider. I still have a lot to improve upon, which I'm hoping to do with this Mars retrograde in Leo. I have a lot to work on. I'm going to be really real. and honest. Yet I'm really proud of myself for how far I've come in this journey, because it's been a minute and I see improvements every single year, and I'm really, really grateful for that. Now, the third thing I wish I knew 3 years ago to grow my astrology business is ask for help. Very, very important. For myself, I invest in my mentors constantly. I reinvested in one of my previous mentors just recently, and I'm going to invest in a new program soon. And I also want to say I currently have 2 people working for me in terms of my bookkeeper, in terms of my podcast editor, which I'm super, super grateful for. And I've realized, oh my gosh, like this has saved me so much time. It's helped me so much, because for myself, I was doing everything alone for so long. And yes, it is an investment, right? Investing in people is an investment. You get back your time, and your time can help you grow your business even more, because you should focus on your zone of genius. You should focus on what moves the needle forward in your business, especially in terms of sales, so that you can help more people. And I'm saying sales in a way where you selling your offer is helping someone because they need that solution. They need support in terms of whatever you're offering, right? So, for example, people come to me because they have either a problem with their brand, they don't know what their brand is, they have a problem with understanding who they are, and that's why they get a birth chart reading with me. They have issues with their career or relationships. That's why they want to work with me in terms of their astrology. They have limiting beliefs come up. They've gone through difficult things in their life of healing generational cycles, and they've seen me talk about this, and they know they need help from someone in business who had to go through a lot in their life. For me, personally, I've healed through a lot. I'm still healing because healing is a journey, but I've healed through a lot in terms of my grief of losing my father. And I constantly talk about it because it is a core part of who I am, right? And it is me understanding that my healing journey needs to be shared to help someone and encourage someone to take that next step in their life and to go after their dreams, because life is too short to not go after your dreams. Your dream can help someone so much. Your voice matters, you matter, and you are so special. And that is why astrology is so impactful and so important and helps us develop more self-love and self-trust in ourselves. Really good to note. And I also want to share that I've realized this when I look back at my Boldest You mentees. And the interesting thing is, I've seen all of their progress. And whenever I have a long-term mentee that I mentor for over 6 months, I'm mind blown by this. But 100% of them see a massive difference in their energy and their mindset and how they can take care of themselves. I've seen this for 100% of my mentees. I am so proud to say that, because I just realized this statistic of, okay, what are all my mentees getting? What are all my Boldest You mentees getting? And that is the ability to take care of themselves in a deeper, better way. The ability to understand and prioritize their energy and mindset so that they can get the results they want in terms of their goals. Their goals are very specific to them individually. Once I started to realize, wow, I can't believe this. This is amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of them. You have no idea. I'm like my mentees' biggest cheerleaders. When you mentor with me, we celebrate your wins every single week. We celebrate your wins so often that I'm cheering you on. I'm like commenting on your posts. I'm like, yo, you are doing this. You're doing such an amazing job. That is my Chiron in Leo, because I really needed that as a kid. And that was really difficult for me because I never really received that after my father's passing. He did give me that when I was young. Yet I've seen the importance of that, the importance of encouragement, the importance of motivation. This is the perfect time to invest before the new year begins. And if you're someone who doesn't have the funds for it, do what you can for yourself. Yet I want to share the African proverb, which I feel like a lot of people have heard. Yet it's, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And this quote encourages teamwork and collaboration. Yet when I was first starting out in my business without the mentors, I was still actually investing in courses. I was investing in knowledge. I was investing in books and workshops and doing things with my time of how can I prioritize my energy. So invest in your energy, invest in your knowledge. That is going to take you so far. And if the boldest you sounds like it's perfect for you to grow your business, your wellness or creative business in 2025, and you want my help and support, I'll leave a link to the application down below. The investment does increase after the 13th. Yet I'm so excited to mentor more people in 2025. I am super excited for it because honestly, just seeing all of my mentees grow so much in the last year has made it so fulfilling for me. It is so fulfilling for me to see someone else's growth and see how much I've positively impacted a person in terms of their business, but also their mindset and their energy, and them just feeling happier and more excited about their business and having more fun and letting it be more easy for them so that they don't have to work harder, they can just work smarter. Yet let's dive into your tarot reading for this week. So the first card out is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is a week where you are really looking at what you're building. You're going to be focused on standing in your worth, standing in your power of how can I build something solid and stable and grounded. You might have already done this and maybe you're celebrating your wins. This is also a card of knowing that this is a good time for reflection. This is a good time to see how much you need that grounding and routine and support. This is a card of witnessing and communicating of your long-term goals, your strategy, but then also how you want to plan in terms of your finances for the future. What does that look like for you? So this is good to keep in mind. Now the next card out is the Page of Cups. So it's interesting. I'm seeing these cards together, and with the Page of Cups before the Queen of Pentacles, I feel as though there's a relationship here where you're just feeling like it's not enough, or you feel like there's this new opportunity for a relationship. Now, this could be a business relationship, this could be a romantic relationship, this could be a friendship, yet maybe this person's not showing up in the same way as you, and that's making you question things. Maybe you're seeing, oh, this could be fun, or this is sweet, but they might not be in the most stable place. I do want to give you a heads up on that. I'm so sorry to say. I will say with the Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde, yes, people from your past can come back around, or you could potentially attract people who remind you of someone from your past. That is also a possibility. Yet with the Page of Cups, this is a sweet energy, yet it's knowing that it's okay to not rush into anything. It's okay to stand in your worth, stand in your power, focus on what you're building for yourself, focus on what you need to prioritize for yourself. That's going to be really important. And know that it's okay to have fun. It's okay to enjoy life, but be discerning with your energy when it comes to this relationship. Pace yourself. Very important to note, because the third card is the Two of Cups reverse. So this is a letting go of a relationship. This is us letting go of this idea that it has to look a certain way, or maybe we're saying goodbye to someone who might not have been as healthy as we wish they were in terms of the dynamic. This could also be us letting go of a past person that is taking up your energetic space. Perhaps if you're thinking about someone from the past and it's just been a lot for you, it's just felt obsessive, or you're just like, oh, I just need to let go of this energy. This is the time to do a cord cutting ritual. So definitely do that. I would listen to my episode on limerence. That is a very helpful episode on how to clear energy, how to change that pattern of obsessing over past people. Very helpful. Yet this energy is asking you to let go that it has to be a choice right now when it comes to a specific person. So very interesting to consider. This is good to note, but I also see this as a time for you to come back to yourself, to spend time and refocus and give yourself more self-love and compassion. Try not to be so hard on yourself. The block we're facing right now is the Three of Swords reverse. So there's a lot we're still healing from. There's a lot that we're trying to let go of, especially past hurt and pain and anxiety. So that can be coming up this week. You need to feel it to heal it. Do not dwell in that emotion though. Do not dwell in your feelings. Yes, it's important to feel it to heal it, but also if you're crying it out and you're dwelling on things that trigger you, you're dwelling on things that hurt you, take yourself out of it. Catch yourself and tell yourself, okay, I'm going to feel this for the next hour, and then I'm going to watch something that's very nostalgic and soothing and comforts my inner child. Or I'm going to feel it, I'm going to cry this out for the next half hour, and then I'm going to take a walk, and that's going to change my energy. Do these things to shift your energy so that you can feel more uplifted and more positive, and know that it's okay to not dwell in sticky situations from the past. Our advice card is the Tower card. So we need to shake things up. We need to shake things up. It's okay that things might be very, very different after this week. I did say that the Mars retrograde is going to be the plot twist of 2024. I was really right for myself. I'm not going to lie. Yet the Tower card is reminding us that sometimes you need to destroy everything and rebuild, right? I don't say that to make you change everything, but I will say you need to get onto a solid foundation. If you're not on a solid foundation, it's going to break. It's going to fall apart. That goes for a relationship. That goes for our business. That goes for anything that is keeping you stuck. The basis, the foundation that you need, that I'm really hearing right now from Spirit, is self-love. You need to start with self-love. You need to remind yourself that no matter what happens, no matter what external circumstances occur, you love yourself enough to believe in yourself to get through it. This is so, so important. This is what I teach my clients, because this is what we need to move forward. And this is the importance of the Mars retrograde in Leo, especially because Leo rules the heart. Our oracle cards are reflect, makes sense for these retrogrades. This is going to be a very reflective week. We also have rest, great time to schedule in rest, to recharge. That's going to feel really, really needed right now. Remind yourself that rest is productive. We also got, I have support. So lean on support. If you feel like you don't have support because this card is reversed, find that support. Message those people. Hire the help you need, or reach out to a friend, or do something that is super nourishing for yourself. It's okay to ask for help. So I really hope this helped, friend. I am now booking birth chart readings and 2025 readings for January. You could save your spot down below. I only have 5 spots for those readings. And if you want help in growing your wellness or creative business for 2025, to thrive without the burnout, then you can apply for the Boldest You mentorship program. I'm so, so, so excited for you to grow your business, help more people, grow your community, and just feel more excited and motivated in your business. So thank you so much for listening, friend. Happy full moon in Gemini. Just know that the universe has your back. And with peace and love, take care.